Hello, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. So, I wanted to talk about health. There's not a lot of times where I talk about health, but I want to do that more and more. I'm going to specifically talk about something that's taboo, constipation. But before I get into constipation, I want to invite you to check out the link in the comments below to my book called You Are Made to Heal Spiritually, Emotionally, Mentally, and Physically. It just goes over um, why I was stuck for 30 plus years. And after hitting rock bottom in the fall of 2015, I was able to surrender, let go, and let God. And I feel like I was led to a lot of out of the box ideas and tools to help me overcome depression and suicidal thoughts. I am going on 10 years without having depression and suicidal thoughts, and it is miraculous. So I just share my journey. No matter where you find yourself, I wrote this book with teens and adults alike in mind. So check that out, share it with others. So, yeah, I want to talk about constipation because you know what? I suffered from constipation as a kid and through my adult years. Um, so, the rule of thumb, I've heard recently, I thought it was you should be pooping 1 or 2 times a day, but it's actually we should be pooping 3 to 4 times a day. So, I don't know where you're at on your elimination process, but it is so important to be able to eliminate daily multiple times. Okay. So I thought I was doing good. Oh, 1 or 2. Well, great. I'm doing that every day. But it's not healthy for our bodies. We need to be eliminating. So, what is behind the constipation? Let's talk about the physical aspect first, because constipation affects us spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And you're going to be like, what? How does constipation affect the others? I see how it might affect physically, but how does it affect us spiritually, emotionally, mentally? I will get into that here in a sec. But let's focus on the obvious, the physical. When we are constipated, it means our sewer is backed up. We have a kitchen sink, okay? Our bodies have a kitchen sink, just like the kitchen has the sink to get rid of waste, right? So we have this wonderful lymphatic system, and we have our wonderful innards that help us digest and process. Okay, it all starts with the mouth. It all starts with the mouth and the chewing and the going down into the esophagus and down into the stomach for it to be digested. But there are foods that cause constipation in people. So meats, dairy, and breads. These are all not good for our bodies. They bog our bodies down and they back our bodies up. It has been sent to know. I've listened to a few different podcasts, but they said the average American is storing anywhere between 10 to 25 pounds of unprocessed junk in our large and small intestines. That's disgusting. So I think we are all backed up to some degree. So it's important to address our physical lifestyle, what we choose to put in our mouths. And if we're dealing with constipation, are we drinking enough water? Are we adding enough fruits and vegetables to our diet, whole foods that will help us have better digestion? So, how does constipation affect us spiritually, emotionally, mentally? Well, this is what I want to get into because constipation is just not a physical problem. It is more than that. Everything shows up spiritually in our lives before it does physically. So what is going on in your life? Where do you feel stuck? Where do you feel like you can't move forward? Where are you stuck? Do you feel like you're stuck at a job that's not fulfilling for you and helping you make ends meet? Do you feel like you are um, hanging on to childhood trauma, stuck and not knowing how to let things go? It's all about learning how to let go, right? No pun intended. Like, we want to let go of the crap within our bodies. We want to let it go. And if we are trying to control, and if we're trying to, have that control and not be willing to let things go, it's going to create constipation in us physically. So are we not able to let, venomous words or hurtful things that were said to us or done to us as kids, adults, whoever it is that may have done it, are we holding grudges? Are we holding what is keeping us from moving forward in life? There are so many questions you can ask. Why am I stuck? Am I stuck in generational thinking patterns that are unhealthy? Like, I'm just not enough. I'm not worthy. I'm not, or hey, money. This is a good generational one. Money is of the devil. You know, money's evil. Okay. We can go and look at all these generational beliefs that maybe we have picked up on, and we're stuck with them. And so we got to release some of our stinking thinking. So spiritual, emotionally wise, emotional, what emotions are we hanging on to? What are we suppressing? What are we not allowing ourselves to come forward and feel? Because that again will have an impact on our digestive system. Oh, that's another good question. What am I not digesting in life? What am I having a hard time swallowing? What is really what has kept me angry? What has kept me in the complain mode? What has kept me not wanting? I mean, is it fear? Is it worry? All of this can affect our digestive system. Um, maybe as parents, you're not digesting the lifestyle choices that your adult kids are making or your teenage kids. Because let's be honest, small kids in the house problems, they're just not that big. But as our kids get older, adult problems are huge. And we can't just fix it. It's not for us to fix, right? And so, is there something that we're not able to digest very well that's going on? Maybe there's something in our marriage that's really hard to digest or to process or whatever. All of these can have an impact on our digestive system, on our intestines. And so it could create constipation. And so asking yourselves, why am I stuck? Why do I feel stuck? Asking yourself another question: what is it that I have felt like I've had to have such tight control over? What do I feel like I have to have control over in my life? I'm telling you, when you ask yourself these questions, you will get an answer. I love the scriptures. If you ask, you shall receive. And always be prayerful. Ask these questions to God. God is in us. Christ is in us. When we ask these questions, the answers that come to us, just assume they are coming from God. All good things come from God. Just so you know, all good things come from God. And He is amazing when we want to know what's going on with our bodies, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, or physically, and we just ask. God loves us so much, He's going to let us know. So always have that awareness of what's going on. Always have that being willing to own what it is we've been stuck in, because it's important not to play the blame or the shame game. And it's important, in order to move forward, to take accountability, right? And to say enough is enough. And I'm telling you, when you can release emotions, when you can release things that keep you feeling stuck, your digestive system will work better. And mentally, what are you stuck in mentally? What are the kinds of things that you've been telling yourself? Oh, I'm ugly, or I'm too this. I don't have enough energy, or I'm so tired. Are you saying stuff like that all the time and feeding your body negative energy that just keeps you feeling down and sluggish? Well, guess what? That is going to affect your digestive system. So what can we do to create more energy, more vibes, for healthier mindset? Switch those negatives into positives. See where you're talking to yourself negative, and start sharing love towards yourself, towards others, and God. And it's important that when we make these simple little changes, that you'll be amazed at how it affects us physically. So the most important thing I can say for letting go is letting go and letting God. God is always included in my journey, first and foremost. I can't say that that's how I thought my whole life, even though I've been a Christian my whole life, but I have been able to let go and let God. Am I perfect at it? Nope. There's times where I feel really tense and going, oh my gosh, what is it I'm holding on to? And stress, anxiety, if you're feeling a lot of stress and uptight, okay, that is going to affect your digestive system. It's going to affect whether you eliminate properly or not. Can you get out and go for a walk? Can you do some exercises? Can you, include more water and whole foods to help? And it's all self-love, right? Investing time in yourself to help yourself heal and feel better. So if you are not eliminating 3 to 4 times a day, if we're eating 3 times a day, we should be at least eliminating 3 times a day. So elimination 3 to 4 times a day is a must in order to feel like we are properly eliminating. And to hear, I don't know if I shared this, I don't know, but we have 10 to 25 pounds of undigested meat in our stomachs. That's disgusting. So just eating very, very little to no meat is very, very wise. And there are these foods that will keep us blocked up, that'll keep us sick, that keeps our lymphatic system sluggish so that we can't. And when we have a sluggish lymphatic system, it affects our kidneys, it affects our liver, it affects all our internal organs, our spleen, our gallbladder, all of this. It affects, and our heart, it affects so much. So it's so important to stay in tune and to get well spiritually. But number one, physically, usually we have pain and we have things going on with our health. If you're like me, you're only going to get older and you're getting older. I am in my late 40s and soon to be 48. And I've had physical issues come up. Honestly, they started creeping up on me in my 40s and I'm like, what the heck? And so it's important that we take these signs and show gratitude and go, okay, I am grateful my body is letting me know. And what can I do to redirect, and restore my health? Restore is my word for the year. I want to restore spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Well, how do we restore? Well, number one, learning to let go and let God. Number two is just really investing time in ourselves and taking time for that self-care to really nourish our bodies with wholesome food and drinking water and taking all chemicals out of our system. We are holy temples and we should not be putting toxic chemicals into our body. Although we go to the grocery store and on the shelves, they call it food. It is not food. It is not nourishing and feeding our bodies on a cellular level. It's doing damage to our bodies. It's damaging our mind, our spirit, our mental capacity. It is doing a lot of damage. I've studied a lot of what food does. And sugar, number one, sugar deadens the brain. It makes you tired. It makes you have brain fog. It makes you have headaches. It makes you irritable. It makes you so up and down and it messes with your emotions. And so did you know it takes 1.5 years, 18 months, if you decided, okay, I'm done with sugar, I am not going to touch sugar, I'm not going to eat sugar, it takes 18 months for the sugar to get out of your system. Sugar is addicting. It's more addicting than cocaine, and it is damaging our health physically. Sugar is an inflammatory. It causes inflammation. So if you're dealing with arthritis or pain of any kind, any throbbing anywhere, sugar is not going to help you. Anything acidic, and that is sugar, meat, and dairy. Those are all high acidic foods. And so, I am a firm believer in whole foods and natural, live, living foods to help heal the body. So when we can take care of that, and it will help our constipation issues. I've been eating a clean diet the last few months, going on 4 months. I've been eating really clean fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds and sprouts. Can you get constipated on one of those diets? Absolutely. You know what? I've had constipation a few times during these last months, and I am attributing it more to emotional, spiritual, and mental. Where am I stuck? Where am I having a hard time moving forward? Where am I trying to have control and not let go of certain things? I had I had this control of something was going to happen for my family, and I wanted it and needed it and wanted it, and it's just not happening. And I had to just finally say, surrender to God and say, okay, God, I'm sorry. Your timing, not my timing. I am letting go and letting you have it. And so thank you for taking all that pressure off. And it's wonderful. So just see where you can let go and let God. And I promise you will eliminate better by letting Him direct you. What is it I need to start doing and stop doing to have better physical health? Ask that daily. God will help you, and you're going to get a different answer every day if you're going to answer. But if you get an answer and you don't, if you don't act on what you're being told, then that's a little counterproductive, right? So make sure you act on your thoughts and then ask that every day, because I promise God is going to say, oh yeah, you did this, and by the way, now I want you to do this. This is going to give you better energy, better health, whatever. So God bless you on your journey, on your elimination journey. Eliminating is important. And if we don't have the proper elimination, it's going to cause problems, major health problems. Having constipation creates a dis-ease in our bodies. It's not fun. It feels very uncomfortable. So if we don't take care of that dis-ease, it will later turn into disease. So pay attention to your body, and please like and subscribe to this channel. Share it with others. It is my mission and my purpose to help others in their healing journey, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And until next time, we'll be talking to you later. Bye.